On a Wednesday morning, the anchors of CNN stopped their broadcast to announce a death. Not a president. Not a world leader. The death of the man who built the very building they were standing in. The man who looked at a blank television screen in 1980 and decided the world deserved to know what was happening, every hour of every day, forever. Wolf Blitzer's voice broke as he said the words. Christiane Amanpour called him the original. And the network he built, the one that covered wars, elections, and the moments that defined generations, stopped everything to say goodbye to its father. Ted Turner was 87 years old. And he died the same way he lived, surrounded by the people who loved him most. But before he changed the world nearly broke him first. And almost nobody knows how close he came to never building anything at all. Ted Turner was 4 years old when his parents sent him away to boarding school. His father disciplined him with a leather strap. His sister Mary Jean developed a rare form of lupus at 12 years of pain before she died. Ted watched every moment of it. He turned to his faith looking for answers. He found none. Then his father wrote him a letter at university telling him he was rapidly becoming a jackass for studying what he loved. The money was cut. Ted dropped out and came back to Georgia to work in the family billboard company. Can you imagine being told by your own father that everything you loved was worthless? That you were an embarrassment? What does that do to a child who just wants to be enough? But the worst moment hadn't come yet. It arrived on a Tuesday morning in March 1963, in a bathroom in Savannah. Ted Turner was 24 when his father took his own life, battling depression, alcohol, and the weight of a business expansion that had overwhelmed him completely. The man who spent Ted's entire childhood telling him to be courageous, couldn't do it himself. Ted buried his father. And then buried his grief in work. He took over the billboard company at 24 with no roadmap and no one to ask for guidance. The pain had nowhere to go except forward. Most people collapse under that kind of weight. Ted Turner built an empire from it. In 1970, Turner bought a struggling Atlanta TV station nobody believed in. By 1976 he had beamed its signal to a satellite, creating cable TV's first superstation. Then came the idea everyone called insane, a 24-hour news channel. I worked until 7 o'clock and when I got home the news was over, he said. So I figured there were lots of people like me. On June 1, 1980, CNN went live. Critics called it chicken noodle news. Turner slept on a couch in his office for 10 years while his dream took shape. Then 1990 arrived. The Persian Gulf War broke out. And for the first time in history, a war was broadcast live. Only on CNN. The network everyone laughed at was the only one ready when it mattered most. In 1991, Time magazine named him Man of the Year for turning viewers in 150 countries into instant witnesses of history. Think about that. One man, one couch, one dream nobody believed in. 150 countries watching the same moment at the same time, because he refused to quit. But behind the empire and the awards, Ted Turner was carrying something the cameras never captured. In 1991 he married Jane Fonda, one of America's most iconic couples. Their friend President Jimmy Carter said they didn't even like each other at first. But they evolved into one of the most beautiful romances he had ever witnessed. Jane left after 10 years. Not because the love was gone, but because she couldn't sustain his need for constant companionship across 28 properties while approaching 60. I would never love anyone like I love him, she said, but I just couldn't keep moving in his world for the rest of my life. He was devastated. And almost at the same moment, the AOL Time Warner merger collapsed. He lost control of CNN, lost the Atlanta Braves, lost the Hawks. His fortune hemorrhaged more than $7 billion in 3 years. I lost Jane. I lost my job. I lost my fortune. Got $1 billion or $2 billion left. You can get by on that if you economize. He said it with a small laugh. But underneath it was a broken-hearted man who had lost everything that defined him, all at once. In 2018 Turner revealed he had been diagnosed with Lewy body dementia. He announced it the same way he announced everything, directly, honestly, without asking for sympathy. In early 2025 he was hospitalized with pneumonia before recovering. And then on a Wednesday, surrounded by his 5 children, 14 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren, he passed away peacefully at 87. The network he built stopped to mourn him. We're all here doing this because of Ted, Pamela Brown said on air. He was the original, Christiane Amanpour said. He made us all proud. He made us all strive for his vision of a better world. CNN chairman Mark Thompson wrote, "He is the giant on whose shoulders we stand. The boy sent away at 4. The son called a jackass. The 24-year-old who buried his father and turned grief into a global television empire. The man who slept on a couch for 10 years while 150 countries caught up to his vision." Ted Turner lost more than most people ever will, and every single time, he built something bigger from the wreckage. CNN is still on the air right now. In 150 countries. The bison he saved are still grazing on the American plains. The United Nations Foundation he funded is still operating. He is everywhere. He always will be. Rest well, Ted. You more than earned it. Which part of his story moved you most? Drop it in the comments below. And make sure you check out our video on how every greatest footballer died, right here on The Untold Story. Subscribe and hit the bell, so you never miss a story that deserves to be told.